My name is Anthony Oakes.
And this is Patrice DeVoe. And we are the Black Think Tank with Anthony and Patrice.
Create a space where we could, discuss with Black content creators and providers and consumers of Black content. Produce our own film. On our own start on a film. Put out Black content. That's what we want.
Patrice, yo, that was a little choppy. I feel like was it choppy on your end? It was a little choppy there in the intro. Is it stuttering? Like,
we're back.
Okay, I mean, barely. Clearly, like there is some type of logistical issues. It was giving me very chopped salad just now. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at make sure we got the premium package. What's going on, Patrice?
Yo, don't you just love Tuesdays? That's the great thing about the Black Think Tank with Anthony and Patrice. Even when things go wrong, it's always so right. It just go wrong in the most right way. I'm doing great. Like, how are you? I feel like I miss you.
Patrice, I miss you too. And we've actually seen each other since the whole quarantine. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like and we haven't been like going live with each other lately. Like, I just feel like I miss you so much, Patrice.
Hey, but no, we got a great show tonight. I'm really excited about it. Before we bring in the rest of the Black Think Tank, because there is no us without the squad, I just want to go ahead and remind everyone that the Black Think Tank with Anthony and Patrice is a donation-based show. So this is the season of giving. If you have a couple of extra coins, we just ask that you give unto the Black Think Tank, and it shall be given unto you. Shaken down.
Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Shall we give unto Patrice bosom? I mean, mine too. I mean, I got a little A's, you know, a little something.
We got to thank all of our supporters from last week who did donate to the Black Think Tank. Dominic Childs, I want to say. Yes. Marcus Keith Allen, who is the executive producer, who's always
yo, y'all better stop telling Marcus that Marcus gonna come roll up.
Listen, every week, just be prepared to hear that name, Marcus Keith Allen. I feel like there was someone else that you knew. Portia
Preston, Ava, Haley, thank you for your donation. We appreciate that. I think that was it. Yep, I think that was it.
So yes, we have a lot of great things that again, we don't misappropriate the funds. We do a lot of things within the community that you'll be seeing, and all of these upgrades. So anyway, enough of the money talk. Even though the entire show is about the money, we're gonna get to that real quick. First and foremost, we have to bring in the squad. Tracy and Haywood Turnip Seed. Who ain't getting money? Where did J-Rock?
Y'all came in like Diggable Planets. Hey, funky. Yo, how y'all doing, Black Love?
Enjoying the Thanksgiving is nice and over.
Did y'all throw y'all leftovers away?
Yeah, well, we have, whenever Thanksgiving is over, then I like to set up the tree, but I have to have like a clean house. So I spend all day. When you're sitting around the house all the time in quarantine, you don't realize the dirt buildup, y'all. it took me, and I don't even understand how people who come and clean your house can do it in 3 hours flat and make your house look pristine, because it took me 6 hours to like mop. And
that's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to raise children at the same time.
I was gonna say, the cleaning struggle when you have kids is something totally different. You are cleaning every other day, sometimes twice a day. It is a never-ending task. But it looks beautiful back there. And so, Haywood, how does that work? Because I know that you did not grow up celebrating Christmas, right? So
No.
okay, more like you
What's
know,
the holidays? I mean, you go from Thanksgiving all the way through until New Year's Day. It's all a celebration. I did have to come to grips with having a tree in the house and what that all meant. You know, when I grew up, it was Anthony talking about being in the church and things being demonic and satanic and stuff like that.
Pagan. Don't celebrate these pagan holidays.
Growing up Muslim, we always tell don't have a tree in the house because you're actually celebrating the tree. And then I just looked into the meaning and all that stuff. So I mean, I talked to the kids about what it means, what the holiday spirit means, and how we should share that throughout the year. And it's a time where people like ourselves who are nice folk can actually be nice folk without people questioning your motives.
I love it.
It's crazy though. It's such a dichotomy, holidays in itself, because Christmas, you do have the celebration for Christians, the celebration of Jesus, but then you also have the Christmas holiday for people who simply celebrate it for Santa Claus and things of that nature. Yeah. So it's always like, I feel like it's always been a struggle, even in my household, as having a Christmas tree, because it also celebrates like paganism in some sort of way. Yeah, just like Easter is supposed to celebrate, the resurrection of Jesus as well in the Christian faith. But then also people celebrate the Easter bunny and Easter basket and the rabbit and things of that nature, which also has quote unquote pagan connotation.
We'll wait till April to get to that.
Well,
presents and Easter baskets.
Laying eggs.
When you're talking to Uncle Historian, I can help you understand what all of that means. But
on top of that, Uncle Historian.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's like, are we celebrating commerce? Or are we celebrating the holidays and the togetherness and the oneness? So
we don't celebrate any day that we can get off.
There you go. Give me my liquor and let me go for the month.
Hey,
I can do what? I can go make you some more slaves.
So we here at Black Think Tank love to shout out Black businesses because the holiday is here. Let me tell you, the holiday has come upon us, and you need to spend those Black dollars with Black businesses. So we have a segment here with Tracy called Black Business Shoutout.
Black business shout out. Black business shout out. Welcome to the Black Business Shout Out. Support your Black businesses.
He be hating on my segment music.
Okay, well, wait till we get to his segment. Come on, Tracy.
All right. So usually I was doing businesses in the Washington, D.C. area, but today I wanted to shout out. Actually, I did do one in Atlanta. So this is actually the second business that I want to shout out that's down in Atlanta. It's called Kita's Cake Creations on Facebook and on Instagram. Now, she does cakes. She does cupcakes. Here are a few of her different cakes that she made. So she'll have stuff for the kids. She'll have stuff for the grown adults, and she'll have stuff for the people who like, I guess that's that WAP. I don't know, Anthony.
For this one, right, I was like, yeah, I don't know who's.
That one there. She did that, though. I couldn't fathom how she put that together.
Yeah, I'm going to need to use some caramel coloring.
Anyways, she's in Atlanta, Georgia. She's a smaller business. She's on Instagram at Kita's Cake Creations. She's also on Facebook at Kita's Cake Creations. All of her stuff looks amazing. She's obviously a smaller business. She doesn't have a website, but I'm pretty sure if you go to her Instagram page, you can contact her and get you a special cake or cupcakes made for this holiday season. Kita's Cakes Creations out of Atlanta, Georgia. Go buy a cake.
Nah.
I wonder if she in Georgia, does she make peach cakes?
She did. You didn't see it?
At least I can look. Kita's quality is like that because have you ever seen those what I asked for versus what I got cakes?
Yeah.
That's a legit minion right there. I listen, yeah. All right, Kita Cakes. We see you. I see the KKK though. I don't know how I feel about that. It's Kita's Cake Creations. That is definitely KKK.
Oh my God, it is.
Did we co-op the KKK?
That's really what the KKK stands for. Kita's Cake Creation. That's what it's always been for. Yo, y'all, thank you so much, Tracy, with your Black Business shout out. Hey, well, I don't know what you laughing for, Uncle Historian, because you're up next.
Black history, black herstory. You have to know where you're from to know where you're going. Uncle Historian, Haywood.
Well, as always, thank you, Anthony, for having me on the show and having us here talking today about Dr. Claude Anderson. We'll be shouting out Dr. Claude Anderson since this episode here is about stimulus and economics. Dr. Claude Anderson is the founder and author of Powernomics. Powernomics is a concept and a plan that teaches all people, but focuses on Black people, and how to pool the resources and aspects of power in order to produce, consume, and distribute in a way that creates goods and wealth. This is also this is one of the economic programs that Nipsey Hussle followed. Dr. Claude Anderson, there's not much on him out there. I got hip to him probably 5 years ago, and he wrote Powernomics in the year 2000. He was the state coordinator of education in Florida. He's a social reformist. He worked on the Carter campaign in Florida, helping get President Jimmy Carter elected. From that, he actually was appointed as a assistant secretary in the Carter administration in the Department of Commerce. So he headed a commission of governors in the Southeast states. In that process, he became not only just an educator, but somewhat of an economist and a revolutionary, a reformer of economics. He owns retail food shops, retail development, residential development, radio stations, and fisheries. He was responsible for America actually getting in the fish game, where in the 70s, most of what America caught was wild. He owns two of the largest fisheries that have indoor aquatic systems. So these are those fish farms that they talk about. He owns some of those right here in Maryland and down in Florida. But he actually just kind of changed the game on how we earn money, make money, and then he shared that plan and information with the community and wants us to do the same with ourselves. So we want to shout out Dr. Claude Anderson right here for actually helping us rethink how economics work and how money works in the Black community and how to help all communities in that process. So for him and all those that we honor, we always say, Ashe,
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 Ashe. Now let me tell you something about Dr. Claude. When I tell you I scrubbed the internet, I scrubbed Blue Ivy's internet clean, trying to find some good pictures of Dr. Claude. And when I tell you, this man does not want any good pictures, even of his books. Like I was trying to find pictures of it. You could not. I see how he got all his money. He's not spending it on.
He wants to buy those books.
He's spending it on marketing or headshots or nothing.
Yeah, he wants you to buy those books. He wants you to buy those books. And what I like about him is not about him. It's about the message. I mean, there's video on him. He has a Facebook page out here. I'll share all that information. He actually did a real good interview on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne. So if you're interested in following up with who he is and what he has to talk about, I mean, keep watching the show. We're going to talk more about getting money stimulated in your pockets today. But
stimulus, black stimulus.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mac Jenny. Yes, he made Gordon's. If you like your
the Gordon's Fish Man.
Yeah. I don't know why they put a white man as the made white man Gordon, but it's okay. I understand how I gotta go sometimes. Shout out to Mac Jenny who's on here, Tammy T Love, who has checked in, Teresa,
Marcus Keith
Island. We had already brought him in here.
Kristen Miller.
The spirit of him in here. Yes, Rashawn. So yeah, we want to just thank all the people who are tuned in. Don't forget to like and share the live. And so yeah, let's get to this money. I'm always
money. So Haywood, we're gonna let you introduce our wonderful guest that we have coming on, talking about that black shmoney. Haywood, take it away.
So much money murder. So today, our special guest on this Black Stimulus episode of Black Think Tank, we're going to discuss economics and how to keep a little bit of money in your pocket. I have two people who are near and dear to my heart. They are family from the great city of New York, particularly Jamaica, Queens, USA. Please give it up. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the show from, like I said, Jamaica, Queens, USA, 40 projects, all the way now to Brooklyn and Long Island and doing their thing. They went to Columbia University. They own their own businesses, and now they're here to help you do what you do. Please welcome the Wealth Twins.
Hey, everyone.
Double the fun.
Thank you guys for having us. Jamaica Queens in the house. That's funny.
Welcome, Nadia and Nicole.
Hey.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having us. We're so happy to be here. And I love that thing about Claude. Is it Claude Robinson? I'm going to find out more about him.
Claude Anderson. I see some stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to hip y'all to something.
One thing, you always got to be willing to learn some more. So, yeah, hit me on to that.
Anthony, take it away.
So tell us a little bit. Yeah, go ahead, Patrice.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, so Nadia and Nicole, just briefly for those of us who are not currently aware of who the Wealth Twins are, where the Wealth Twins have come from, and what they're currently doing, can you just bring us up to speed?
All right. Well, I'm Nadia, just in case you didn't know.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're twin mom millionaires who have been financially independent for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we basically teach people money moves to live a life of freedom.
Yeah.
And we came from the projects, and I guess now we're here.
Hey,
So you all went to Columbia. Did you all study finance? Were you in business? What were your majors, or how do you go from the project to millionaires?
Well, Nadia and I, after Columbia, actually went to work at Goldman Sachs on Wall Street. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, sorry. We went to work at Goldman Sachs on Wall Street. And then after that, I actually went to NYU and got my MBA in financial instruments, which Nadia likes to say is the stock market. So we were just trying to make money moves as much as we could to get out the projects. And we realized money was the ticket. First school, and then figuring out how to manage our money.
Now, we didn't major any business or anything until Nicole went to business school, but we did political science. We had international political science degrees from Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Wow, that's
Yeah, I really don't like it when Nadia tells the whole story about the mom millionaires and stuff like that. I try to keep it low key, but sometimes you need to let people know. Yeah.
Nicole is also a DJ.
No donations for this episode. They could be like, they got millionaires on the show.
Y'all better take these little donations.
Listen, I'll take them.
Yes, they will, because they mainly pay at the cafe.
Yeah, Nadia never gives anything for free. I can tell you that.
So what
That's not how you make money.
Black women on Wall Street? I have to know what that's like in itself, to be black women on Wall Street.
It wasn't that great. That's why we left.
Yes, exactly. That's why we've been for 10 years.
You know, when you realize you're not getting paid as much as the guy next to you, and you realize you're not getting respect or responsibility, you start thinking, what can I do to get out of this place?
Yeah.
You know, when I realize someone's willing to pay me for this, then they must be paying me too little because I know I'm more than that.
Yeah.
So that's the way we thought about it. So the first thing we did when we got on Wall Street, we just started collecting as many checks as we could to make sure that we can leave anytime we wanted to. Because it's a cutthroat industry on top of that.
Well, let's take a step back. I think one of the things that we learned being on Wall Street is that a job is not permanent, because we came in 2000, and what we saw, the .com like bubble had bust. Then you had September 11th. People were getting laid off who had worked there for 30 something years.
Yep.
And they sent security to your desk and walked you off. You know?
That told me that the job was the riskiest thing you can have. And I said right away, this is not going to be where I stay. No one's going to get 30 years from me and tell me to leave the next day.
Yeah.
I'm so here for that.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you know, our mother, right before we got into Goldman Sachs, our mother had passed away. And our mother at the time was raising us by herself. And she was working 7 days a week. So we understood how money played a part in her death. So that mixed with the .com, mixed with the September 11th, said, look,
this is going to be our life to live, and we ain't going to do it for somebody else.
That's my word. Yes.
I mean, there are so many nuggets in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm digesting them as you go. One thing I noticed, you said that y'all were on Wall Street and then y'all just collected your checks so you can get out of there. So, I mean,
they weren't large checks. Let's but the thing is that what I like to tell people, it's not how much you make, it's how much you save. So I always live way below, because I was used to not having a lot of money. So when I got paid, my first salary was more than both of my parents had ever made in 20-something years in their jobs. And it still wasn't a lot, but I said, you know what? I'm used to living off whatever, a couple of dollars a day. This stuff can go right into the bank. It won't make no difference, so that I can always, every time I got an increase, my lifestyle didn't go along with my increase.
I also should take back, it wasn't all a bad experience on Wall Street. It also gave us opportunity to see people who were living a different lifestyle and knew how to manage money. My first money advice actually came from a woman that I first worked with. And she said, Nicole, if you make $1, you can save 10 cents. And that was the first time someone actually gave me money advice.
Yeah, that was Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl.
Pearl was building a house down in South Carolina to live on the same block as all her brothers and sisters.
Yep, and during that .com, Pearl was asking to get laid off, and they wouldn't let her off when I saw other people getting scared. So I said, okay, I'm going to listen to Pearl.
Okay, come on, Pearl.
You know, Pearl was very southern.
Pearl was very.
You better be indispensable, Pearl.
Pearl was very much.
We're gonna keep Pearl.
So I want to encourage people who are watching. We are talking about Black stimulus, Black wealth, Black money with the Wealth Twins. I want you to share. I want you to send this video to people who you think this might benefit, which will probably be everybody Black.
Everybody.
I want you to make sure you go and share the live feed. I also want you to ask questions. If you have questions for the Wealth Twins, make sure you ask them in the comment section, and then we'll be able to ask them, and they'll be able to provide an answer for you. One thing that we were talking about beforehand was just like generational wealth with Black people. We are a product of how we were raised, and so many key factors factor into why we don't have a leg up financially versus everyone else. Now, all that aside, how can we now start to build that leg up so we can financially secure ourselves? What are some of the first initial steps that Black people need to take to secure themselves financially?
So I'll take this one. This is Nicole. Now, the first thing I like to do is start off with facts, right? Since Juneteenth, 1865, Black people on Juneteenth owned about 0.05% of this nation's wealth. As of 2019, they own 1.5%. That means in over 154 years, we only went up 1%. And if you're doing just common, easy math, you're talking about we went from owning a nickel of that dollar to owning 15 cents of that dollar. Okay, so besides getting a leg up, we just need to get our leg together. just to begin with.
Just start standing. Just start standing.
Just start standing.
Leg at this point.
Okay.
Jesus.
And I think when people use the word wealth, I think it's a little too abstract for most people to think and wrap their mind around it. The way we like to talk about wealth is giving yourself choices. Okay. So when you think about managing your money and trying to make it grow, think about what choices will this afford you in your future.
Yep.
Right now, you don't have the choice of where you work. You don't have the choice of where you live, the food you eat,
The schools
that your kids go to. When you start focusing your money and building your wealth, think about those are giving you choices that will be better for your situation and for your family in the future. So think about it that way. It won't be so abstract. So it won't be such a far-fetched thinking that, oh, I know nothing about wealth. You know what choices you have now. Do you want better ones? Yes or no?
Yep. That's all you need to do. So the first thing to do is get your mind right and understand that it takes a different way of thinking, a different way of looking at money and what money can do to start building wealth. Okay. And then I would say the second thing, the easiest thing is start focusing on income. You know, I want you to start saving more income.
Yep.
I want you to start making more income. I want you to invest for income. That's how you build generational wealth. That's how you end up getting more choices.
So when you say, okay, let's tap into investing for a moment. Okay. If you're someone who maybe you have some discretionary or disposable income to put into the stock market, I'm assuming when you say invest, or do you mean in real estate? If you're not someone who has the education and the background to know what to do with that money, I think a lot of times we have money and don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think what people do, like a lot of people have savings down. So, okay, I'm good at saving. I put away my emergency fund. What do I do next? And the next step is you should invest that money. So when it comes to being a beginner and not knowing how to invest, this is the best time to learn how to invest and start investing.
And these are the people we tend to focus on.
Yeah.
These are the people we want to help the most, because we know a lot of times you might be the first ones to start investing in your family.
Yeah.
Now, the way to start that is through what? This new thing called fractional shares.
It's not new. It's just that they're allowing regular retail investors to start using fractional shares to start investing. And you can start with as low as $1 or $5 and start playing around in the stock market until you start understanding. And then you get your level of comfort up to start investing more. But there's no reason to sit out now, because there's tons of information on the internet. You have the wealth twins who are willing to teach you information. And you can start investing with what you're going to spend on lunch.
With little money.
Yeah.
So this is a great time. So with that, we say focus on fractional shares. That's what they're called. You buy fractions of a company. All right. And it's a lot of companies they're doing, but the three major companies we're talking about, Charles Schwab and Fidelity. That's who we like the most that are doing it. Okay. Fidelity allows you to buy into the S&P 500. Any company that's in the S&P 500, you can buy a part of a share of that company for $5.
So say the share costs $100. You say, look, I don't have $100 to buy one share. I have $5. So you can buy $5 worth of that share. And you can keep increasing your amount that you invest until it comes up to a full share. Or you can take money and buy a fraction of a share of another company.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's Charles Schwab and who?
Fidelity.
Fidelity allows you to start at $1. Charles Schwab, you start at $5.
So get in the game, regardless. So the same money that we would spend on a scratcher, and when I say we, I'm talking about me. The same money that I would spend on a scratch ticket, I can actually buy into a Fortune 500 company.
Yes, you can.
Exactly.
And on top of that, you can buy into a company that pays dividends. So that little bit of fraction you're getting, you can start getting a fraction of the dividend paid to you on a quarterly basis.
You got to tell them what a dividend is.
Okay. A dividend is a cash payment that a company will pay out to you based on saying, I'm giving back to the shareholders. Thank you for holding the company. This is how we pay you back.
Yep.
It's a way of rewarding the shareholders.
Gotcha.
You make money just by holding the stock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can buy a fraction of a share in a company that is a dividend paying company and get paid for holding that share. So you're not losing money on it. You're making something on it. And if that share goes up, then you won two ways. You're getting paid for holding it and the stock price went up.
Wow.
Aren't there like small stock companies that you can kind of invest in. I know there's a few apps, maybe like Acorn, where you start choosing. How do you guys feel about that?
I guess my face gives it away. So the way I like to see things, you pay for convenience. Okay, the easier it is for you to do something, they're making money another way. Okay. Now with Acorn, it's a company that's an app that invests the change that you have. So they'll round up whatever it is and they invest your change up to $5 and then they start putting that into the market for you. Now, the issue I have with it's good if you have a problem with saving, okay, and investing. But the issues I have with Acorn is that they charge you starting off $1 a month. Now that might not seem a lot, but when you break that down into percentages, it becomes a lot of money at the end of the year.
Especially if you're not investing much and they're taking the dollar from you, that's a lot.
Yeah. So you pay for convenience. The easier someone makes it for you to do, you're going to pay for it on the other end.
Off the top. Got you. We have a couple questions from the chat, and Mac Jenny wants to know, can you tell us about assets versus savings in this debt-based system?
Okay, I guess you would say assets are something that pays you money. Okay, assets is something that you can actually sell off for some money too. Okay, now savings is just a matter of you saving money.
Yeah,
you know, but both are considered credits. If you're talking about accounting, those are credits. So you want to focus on savings and assets. You don't want to focus on liabilities.
Yeah,
right. And Teresa Concepcion said, what about Roth IRAs? Is that, I mean, that's more so looking in the long term though, right? Because that's a retirement, right?
But when I see people who don't invest, it seems that most people still invest for retirement, and that's through the jobs. Jobs are trying to get you to invest for retirement.
Which is probably the best way to start because you have somebody adding funds. If your company puts match funds in your retirement account, start there first, you know? But when you start talking about an IRA or Roth IRA or anything like that, that's when the way you should do it is in steps, right? Max out what the company account is going to give you, then move that over to an IRA. So you want to take advantage of the funds, like the tax-free accounts first, right? So Roth IRA is what you do after you've been paid. Then you can start putting money into that account. And then that money will grow tax-free. And whatever money you put in there, you can take back out because you already paid taxes on it because it's coming after your paycheck has been cut to you.
But it has you can't take it out until after the age of 59 and a half.
No, you can take the money that you placed in that, and
but not the gains
until you're 59 and a half. But whatever money you place in there, you can take it out without any tax penalty.
So I should have clarified that when we're talking about fractional shares, we're talking about that in your brokerage account, not your retirement account. So your retirement account is money that you should be leaving for long term, and you shouldn't be touching because it's tax implications.
And they probably won't allow you to do fractional shares in your company's 401k or something that's
they're probably not available. Yeah.
But you can do it in a Roth IRA. If you have an account at Fidelity or Charles Schwab, you can do fractional shares in your Roth IRA. It's just like you have in a regular brokerage account, except that your money's growing tax-free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have another question about several people are saying that and I've seen this on my actual Cash App where they allow you to purchase stocks via Cash App. Is that secure or not really secure? Is that a good thing? A good way to start?
So Cash App is not a brokerage. So they're a middleman.
Okay. A middleman to a middleman.
Yeah, so they're like a middleman to the middleman. So yeah, you can do that too. But again, I haven't researched Cash App. I know they do it, but I don't know what fees they're taking out. But again, there's companies that you can directly go and directly invest into a company.
Yeah, and I doubt that Cash App has any research tools or anybody you can call on the phone and ask about your investments. If you're dealing with
No.
Well, like right now, Cash App, exactly.
They don't answer the phone in general.
So I have a quick question because you guys help me understand investing or money in a certain way. So what are you guys' thoughts about like the sneaker game right now? Mm-hmm. So people are buying sneakers, not unlike the real estate game, right? Where people buy a piece of property and then resell it for a greater cost. Okay. Same thing with sneakers and stuff like that. So I use that as an analogy because it really got me thinking about when it came to investments as buying what you buy.
Exactly. If you understand your investment, it's investing. As long as you're going to make money off of it.
See, this is the thing. What I consider sneaker game is more like speculation. Okay, that's exactly what you're doing.
Right.
When we talk about investing, I like to steer people towards dividends, because even if that stock does not go up, even if you cannot, because when you're dealing with the sneaker game, when you're dealing with the game of buy low, sell high, you're dealing with emotions and you're dealing with predictions in the future that might not come true. One thing that is true is a dividend. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you looked at, the only way you can make money is by selling to someone who thinks they can get more, that you can get more from. That is an emotional game that I don't like to play.
Yeah.
You got to figure out when you're going to get in and when you're going to get out. And it takes too much thought.
So
I'm part of it, but don't do everything like that.
Right.
So going back to generational wealth, what can we as parents do for our kids? I know when I turned 18, my father took me down to his financial advisor, and he set me up with a mutual fund that I still have to this day. Luckily, I don't really have to pay any fees to this guy because I'm under my father's umbrella. But for my children, it used to be my parents would buy stuff like savings bonds and other little stuff here and there that took forever to mature. But I kind of feel like the mutual fund is coming more handy. How do you feel about what should we do as parents to get our kids started way earlier, I think, than 18, in starting to save stuff like birthday money, anything?
Okay, well, here's two ways you can do it, right? I have custodial accounts for my children. So you can open up at any of these retail brokers, you can open up custodial accounts for your children that can be open way before the 18. And you can put money into that account and you can buy stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds with that account, but it's in their name, right? So you're building a wealth for them because they have an account and they're starting to invest. And the earlier you invest, the more that is going to work for you, because time in the market is good for you. Okay. Or instead of buying birthday gifts and toys and everything like that, there's a new one called Stockpile. I haven't used it yet, but I'm thinking about doing it for this Christmas. You can purchase stock in companies and give that as a gift to children, and it will be in their name. And they can choose to keep that, or they can put it into a different company, but you can gift that to them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, are there fees associated with that when you gift it?
Huh?
Are there any tax implications, like if you decide to take it out after I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I have to look at it, but it's a gift. But I think I'm just going to go off a general. If you sell something within a year and it goes up, just think you may have to pay taxes on it. Okay.
Now, another thing too, and I'm like, I can't wait till my kids start working. Get them a Roth IRA too. Okay. Because they get to put money in. You can't put money in unless you're making income from some earned income.
Put an IRA too.
Yeah, but a Roth one, because it's already tax deductible. They're gonna grow. The earlier you get in, the more compounding takes place. Okay, so even if they have a summer job, they put that money in. A person that can put in money at 15 puts in 10,000, right? A person at 30 puts in the same amount. It will take that person who's 30 so much longer to catch up to the amount of money is going to be in that person, the 15-year-old's account, just based on compounding.
If they don't even put any more money.
If they put $10,000 at the age of 15 and left it, they will make more money than this person at 30 who put in 10,000 and constantly invest, just because of the fact of compounding. Like, I can do the math, but it gets a little complicated, but you do percentages. But anyway, compounding makes a big difference the younger you start.
Yeah, the earlier you start, the better.
I mean, go ahead, Patrice. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Anthony. Because I was going to say, I know we're about to go into our next segment, but this is just like so inspiring. This is so inspiring, and I also just want to know. So, just to keep it simple, if I got a couple $100 and I want to slide it to the Wealth Twins, can they turn it into 5,000 for me?
I mean, right about now, it's not that hard.
I'm just saying, coronavirus and the stock market have been good to me. But what you need to understand is that we're not financial advisors, all right? We just teach people because we want people to understand they can do this themselves. And if you choose to go get a financial advisor, that should be because you want the convenience, not because you are not knowledgeable about the market, you know? You don't want somebody to talk circles around you and be like, oh, they know what they're talking about. So I'll just hand over my money. We want you to do that knowing why you're doing it.
And I know we focused this conversation on investing, but you also mentioned, Patrice, you said, what about real estate? Nadia and I both own real estate.
Yeah.
You know, so we own multi-family real estate. We focus, like I said, you focus on making income. We buy a house that pays us. Okay. So Haywood told you that Nadia had a cafe, that Nadia doesn't like to let people walk in for free. Nadia also owns a building. Okay. So there's a difference. Okay. So even with coronavirus stopping it, Nadia's payments did not stop. So we focus on how we can make income.
I didn't want to tell all your business. I didn't want to tell all your business.
I mean, some of this stuff is, it's stuff that we really need to know, and questions that we've had, you know what I'm saying? But you're like, who can we ask? Ask the cousins, because we already cousins. And the twins, we're already cousins.
And it's like Rashawn Goss White just said, shout out to Rashawn, who is a friend of the show. She said she's just so scared of it all. And I think that it can be very scary when you actually do, you know, I think Kanye has a quote that says, what is it? Having money, not everything, not having it is. So when you do finally have a couple of coins, and if all I have is this 5,000 and the thought of investing, like just knowing what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's easy when you don't have money. I can't do nothing with something I don't have. But once you have
my thing is we don't suggest people invest any money that they need. Okay. You invest money that it doesn't hurt you if you lose it. Right? Because if you start putting money like that and you looking at it every 5 seconds, you're going to drive yourself nuts and you're going to sell at the wrong time. You're going to buy at the wrong time.
You're going to get emotional.
You're going to be too emotional. So you focus on putting away your savings for your emergency fund, right? Making sure all your bills are paid. If you have some little extra left over, then start investing that.
And you can invest on a cycle too. You don't have to put all 5,000 in at one time.
Put 200 in, put 100 in. See how you feel about it.
What, you want to tell them what you did? The 200?
You might be breaking this something.
Okay.
Okay, what's this say to me?
For our next segment, and when we come back, the Wealth Twins are going to let us know how to turn $200 into $1 million.
Look, I also want to talk about susus. Are y'all familiar with?
We're familiar with susus. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have this new one about roses or something like that.
The flowers.
Yeah, the flower. Do not. No, we're not.
Okay. Yep. Okay. We'll definitely come back to that. But we have an amazing comedian that is about to do 3 Black Minutes. Do you want to just shed some light on our comedian, Patrice?
I just met this man 20 minutes ago, but I feel like he's gonna be super funny. He's out of South Carolina. We have a bunch of mutual friends. I don't know why I'm hearing that reverb, but anyway, this is 3 Black Minutes is brought to you by Barry S. Naylor II.
Welcome to 3 Black Minutes, where comedians from all over have 3 Black Minutes to talk about tonight's subjects. Comedians have 3 Black Minutes to be funny, or we have 3 Black Minutes to roast them. It could be longer, it could be shorter. It's 3 Black Minutes. Black time matters.
Ladies and
Barry!
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the Black Think Tank, Barry.
I'm close. All right. Before I begin, I just want to just acknowledge the Wealth Twins. Just want to let you know. I feel so inspired. I know I'm not the only one listening that feels so inspired for the future.
Thank you.
Yet so currently broke in the present. That out. And I'm letting you know, I don't know y'all like personally, except that y'all my new aunties. But I feel like if y'all was in any other game, whether legal or illegal, you still wouldn't be the ones to play with. Which one's on the left?
Is this me?
Yeah, I can't see because it's on my screen.
Oh, this is
with the
Nicole.
gray or the white shirt on?
The gray.
That's Nicole.
Okay. Nicole be the one to hang them upside down on the belt. What? I'm sorry. What's
you don't get that vibe too?
Nadia's other name, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Nadia will talk to you before you get home from the balcony. I'm saying, you know, they work together. I can tell. All right, to my black man. we're talking about black stimulus. Should black people get a stimulus check? I want to make sure we talk about black stimulus, okay? Because if you think about the stimulus check that they gave us, how long has it been? 6 months? We'll go with 6, right? They gave a one-time payment of $1,200 for, that's it. That's the only check everybody got for 6 months. Let's break that down, because $1,200 sounds like a lot in the moment, but it's been 6 months. So if you break that down, $1,200 divided by 6 is $200. They basically gave you $200 a month. Let's break that down. We can go a little bit further. $200. Let's say 30 days in a month. That's about $6 in change a day that they gave you. They basically turned us into the starving kids commercials. $6 a day. They should do a commercial with all of just Americans standing with in the arms of yes, just want to point that out if you guys didn't notice. Everybody's like, I got my check. Really? But what did you get? You got $6 a day.
Yep.
Since everything got shut down. Right now. All right. I said we should get a stimulus check, but only if you meet the proper criteria. What might that criteria be? Let's go ahead and break it down. If you owe or on child support, you should not get a stimulus check. Okay. They should actually just pay you in cash under the table. That way you report that. And tax you on the gift. Am I correct, Watson? No. Yep. Don't deposit anything more than a certain amount. That way you don't have to ask questions. Well, twins, am I correct? You don't have to say.
I'm not going to help parents that don't support their kids.
Now with the deadbeats.
So we got to know your situation first. Are you still an essential worker that has to go to work with people of a certain hue, if you will? They like to send you multiple emails and micromanage your time. You should get an extra check for having to deal with their nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. You should definitely get a check. Now, have you been to the club and or brunch recently in major cities? Miami, Atlanta, New York, Charlotte, Houston, Dallas, Los Angeles. You should definitely not get a check. You are the what's going on. You should not get a check. That might eliminate black people if that's the case. I think the system should be the longer you stayed at home during the pandemic, the more money you should get during your stimulus check. Now, do you owe your mama money? You do not get the check. But you must also ask, does your mama have your name for one of the utility bills? If that's the case, you should get your check.
That's hilarious.
That is my 3, probably 5 black minutes. Barry, Naylor, also
Barry, tell us people where they can find you, where they can follow you, and anything that you have upcoming.
You can follow me all social media. Just type in Barry S. Naylor. I got 2 underscores. I usually don't like to tell people about the underscores because for some reason people don't like doing symbols more than once. So
I feel you on that one, Barry.
Yeah, I'm on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. I also have my own show, BSN with BSN. I take comedians and we talk about current events, pop culture, sports, whatever happens in the week that Friday, we discuss it. So yeah. And also you can catch me at my auntie's house over the holidays. Nadia. You don't have to go pick me up. I walk.
I thought people who go to family gatherings don't get a stimulus check. Now
it's just us 3. We just.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm about to go watch the car.
So what you is your auntie if you don't need a stimulus check? Apparently.
Yo, that was a good 3 black minutes. Let me tell you.
The one thing I will say, as far as like with stimulus check, I find it very interesting that the people of a certain hue who are still upset about not getting a second round of stimulus. And I'm like, listen, Black folks been waiting for 400 years for reparations. You can wait a little longer for $1,200.
For $1,200.
Oh, you talking about people that don't like to wear masks? I'm sorry. Never mind. My bad.
Yo, give it up for Barry S. Naylor, everybody. Make sure you go follow Barry on all social media platforms. We appreciate you, Barry, and we will talk to you later. Hang out in the green room. Yo, that was hilarious.
That was funny.
And then you got the twins pegged.
No, he actually got it backwards.
You got it backwards.
Oh, did he?
I ain't the one that does how you speak. I'm the one that calms it down.
Real quick.
What is the one you got on the top for?
Nicole is like, Nadia's like,
Exactly. He lives in Brooklyn.
Hilarious. So before, of course, we're winding down, we definitely want to touch on, definitely want to not go in debt during the holiday season. That's a big thing that people do. I feel like now that we're in this COVID quarantine bubble, the computer is right there. It's so accessible. You can just buy anything and you're like, bah, bah, bah. It's just a click of a button and everybody got presents. You get a pony. It's like, how do we not go into debt for Kwanzmas?
First, the way I like to think of it, debt is a 4-letter word, and it should be just like any other 4-letter word. You have to understand that it is not your friend, and it's going to hurt you. You're paying for something in right now that's going to hurt your future. So don't go in debt for that.
Second, I think my plan is if I ain't going to see you on Christmas, you ain't getting nothing. And maybe buy something the day after Christmas when it's on sale. But I'm not going in debt for you. Ain't gonna happen.
Also when it comes to your kids or people close to you, if they're good enough to get disappointed, then they're good enough to understand. They should understand that this is not the time that you need to be spending money. It's the time you should be saving.
Please say that again. Wait a minute. I gotta give you a solo layout on that. If they're old enough to what?
If they're old enough to get disappointed, they're old enough to understand. Don't hide the truth from them and tell them what's going on. Okay. Yeah. That's how I do with my kids already.
I think kids already, when you try to hide stuff from kids, they understand what's going on. They may not know the specifics of stuff, but they see when money's tight. So why try to hide it? And then you're going to make things worse in the future because then you're going to really be tight on money.
And I like to be, when you don't have resources, you got to be resourceful. One of the best presents that my husband ever gave me was a jar full of notes that he told me about what he liked about me and what he loved about me. You got to get creative. If anybody really cares about you, if you are creative, you can get away with not spending a lot of money.
Yep. And if they're still mad about it, they should.
And the reality is most of our kids, I'll speak for just my two, they get so much throughout the year anyway. When it comes time for these major things, whether it's the birthday or the Kwanzmas, and you're like, hey, what do you want? And they're like, if it take you that long to even think about what you want, you don't want nothing.
Yeah, and I usually try to focus on one gift that they really want, and then the rest I get whatever to keep it down. They don't remember anything. They remember the one gift. You can remember all the Christmases. There's one gift. You're like, yeah, they got me that. But you don't remember the 10 other gifts that you got.
Facts.
I do remember that gumball machine. I do remember that. I really wanted that. Yo, I feel like there's so much information, and I feel like you guys made it really seem comfortable to digest. Like I don't feel afraid to talk about money with you. I feel relaxed and kind of
excited to go find out more about it. Like I'm excited.
That's great.
Well, don't you guys have a seminar coming up?
Well, we have a seminar, and basically that's going to just show you like our 4-step method, our formula, how to get paid from the stock market.
Yep.
Right. But we also have a new course out too. So if you feel like, all right, if you like that seminar, then you will really love the course.
Yeah.
Of course, we break it down for you. We make it easy to understand, and we show you how to get a paycheck from the stock market.
Yeah, right after the course, you will be making money in the stock market, or you will know exactly where to start and what you need to do.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So you all focus on the stock market. Do you suggest clients do other stuff like buy silver and I don't know, stockpile that?
Okay, so we don't just focus on the stock market. We focus on financial independence, which I believe is more than just the stock market. That's investing. We focus on personal finance in terms of how do you manage your money. That's a big portion of it. We teach you how to make more money, right? But right now, we want people to understand this is a great time to be in the stock market, and there's options that haven't been available before. Now, when it comes to
it's like frugality is a big thing that we're on too. We always tell people it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So I'd rather make $50,000 a year and save $20,000 to make $100,000 a year and be in debt.
Yeah.
So
because it's not when you tell me I'd rather be a person making $60,000 a year that saves 12 than a person making $100,000 and living paycheck to paycheck. Because you really don't make any money. Money has passed through your hands, but you didn't make any money.
You're just working for it.
Okay. Right. So before we go, I want to tell people, and I don't think many people in our community know this, there's something called FIRE. Okay.
FIRE.
FIRE is financial independence, retire early.
Yeah. FIRE.
Oh, I saw shirts I just saw some shirts that said that.
Really?
Yeah.
So FIRE, there's a whole community of people, and we're part of it too, who have said you don't have to wait till you're 65 to retire.
Yep.
Okay. You can focus and you can find out your financial independence number. That's the number you would have to have saved in forms of investments or making passive income that you can live off that money for 25 years. Okay. It's money you make outside the job. Excuse me, make outside the job. So the formula is first, slow down. Okay, I'll slow down. I'm worried about the time. I guess I feel like I got it.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so financial independence formula. You take your monthly expenses. This is anything that's taking money out your pocket, right? You're going to add all those up. You're going to multiply that by 12.
Now make them true expenses. Don't add your nails in there.
No, they're going to be,
well, your number is going to be higher if you add stuff that shouldn't be really expensive.
Anything that takes money out your pocket, once you add that up, that's your monthly expenses. I want you then to multiply that number by 12. That's your yearly expenses, okay? Now, to get your financial independence number, it's your yearly expenses times 25. That 25 represents the amount of years. You're going to come out with a number. It's going to be maybe high six figures to even in the millions. But that gives you a goal to shoot for.
Yeah, you have a target now. It's not some abstract number in the air. Like, I don't know when I can retire. Here's a number that you can shoot for. And if you're at an early enough age, you can hit that number way before 65.
Yeah, there's people that do it in 10 years, 15 years. It's all about how you get to that passive income number to say, I can live without a job for 25 years.
And if you think that number is too high, then you lower your expenses.
How do we get to this course?
That was exactly what I was asking.
Where is the
how much does it cost?
Talk about this course.
Okay. Now you want to take it?
We just put out the course a couple of days ago, but we had only offered it to our mailing list. But we will offer it to you guys too. So at the end of the show or later tonight, I'll send you the link where you can sign up for the webinar. I'll send you a link and you can go directly to the course.
So the course is $500, $497, right? For now. So we only for you guys, because we had a limit on how many people we were going to give that to at $497.
Yeah.
But for the Black Think Tank, anyone that comes through this, we will keep it at $497 for you.
Yep. And we have a payment plan too. So you can either do a one-time payment or you can do a payment plan of 4 payments.
And it's a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Ooh.
But we tell you that you're going to learn step by step how to start investing.
For income.
For income.
We're not teaching you how to gamble.
We're not teaching day trading. We're not teaching swing trading.
We're not teaching options. We're not doing any of that. We're teaching you
how to make money.
Investments.
No, we're teaching you how to become wealthy.
Yeah.
In a long, sustainable way.
Now, you might start off slow, but this is the way you got to go. You don't make money fast in this game because you'll lose money fast. But if you do it the long term and keep a long-term way of thinking, then you'll know, okay, I'm on the road and it's easier for me to stay focused on what I got to do.
Now I have that link because I'm on you guys' mailing list.
Okay.
So I'm actually, and I've been putting the website in the chat. Do you mind if I put that link?
No,
in?
go ahead. Thank you guys, by the way.
Come on now, what you talking about? I'm trying to get my free class.
And I think anybody who was watching this who heard $497 and said, "Oh, God, you clutched your pearls." Don't be that same person that was
if
talking
you
about
the PS5.
I don't listen. We know y'all was talking about the PS5 and more than so-and-so's that's coming out. Listen.
Get somebody else to pay for the PS5. Make the stock market pay for your PS5 later on.
Yeah, on top of that, like we said, 30-day money-back guarantee, instant access, lifetime access, access to all updates that we give, so this course is never stale.
And it's online. You can go on at your own pace. We break it down for you. We have video format, plus we have PDF downloads. Yep. We have some quizzes in there. We have some assignments. So we want you to take it seriously.
We want you to succeed. This is what some people know this, some people don't. This is our contribution to the Black Lives Matter movement. We want people to get the money right.
Yep.
Because that right there is one, we want us to have more choices.
Yeah. One thing, you growing up in a project, it's very easy to see that every day and think that's only what exists out there. But we have got bust out to school and we said, okay, there's a whole nother world. It doesn't have to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think having that at a very young age helps set us on a path like, oh, this is just temporary, you know?
And then it started getting us thinking, like, the way I started linking money management, I linked it to self-care, okay? Because I saw too many people self-medicating because they were having mental issues, depression, health issues. And I started linking a lot of them. Some of it were real mental issues and stuff, but some of it was money related. And they didn't get that link, okay? And when you focus on your money, because it's so emotional, when you focus, you can't, when your money's not right, you're arguing with your spouse, you're arguing with your kids, you're arguing with everybody, okay?
Nobody's not a nice person at all.
And you have high blood pressure, you're not eating right. All of this are factors of money, and it's all root causes of a lot of things that are wrong in the Black community right now.
Yeah, Nadia and I could have stayed in the shadows, but we said no. You know, let's do this. It's true, right? I could have stayed in the shadows.
We have to go out.
Y'all could not have stayed in the shadows. See, this is the problem with not being modest. They could not have stayed in the shadows. We used to sit around the table talking about this when they were like 19, 16 even. I mean, like, talking
we
about
should go down to DC.
It's been on your mind for a long time, man. Like I said, just let me manage the building. And I'm cool. They was like, we're going to buy a building. Can you manage it? Hell yeah.
This has been such an amazing show with so many nuggets. I'm glad that it's being recorded. You know what I'm saying?
We have a YouTube channel, guys, too. We started a YouTube channel where we really give you a lot of good information.
We make weekly videos. Every week we make a video teaching you about different ways how to become financially independent.
Is there a code for the course? I don't think so, right? It's just
no. I didn't. I blocked it out for people, but I'm going to stop it soon. So if you want to get on it, because I limited amount of spots on it. Because the real price is going to be $200 more than that. So if you balk in at $497, don't be mad when it goes to $700.
Yeah,
got it.
Good deal. So I mean, so many nuggets dropped. I mean, go back and watch it again. Send it to somebody who you think needs it. You know what I'm saying? Final words. Wealth Twins.
I mean, in terms of Black stimulus, you got to be your own stimulus. That's the way I see it. And you got to take the moves. You got to do it. You got to be the one. You got to change your mind. And when you get that $1,200, if you do get that $1,200, you got to put it away right away as if you never got it. Okay, put that in your emergency fund and try to do whatever you can to make it happen. Focus on your income. That's it.
Yep. I think my thing is, don't go into debt right now. Right now, there's a lot of people hurting. If you're fortunate enough to even start thinking about giving Christmas presents to people, go on the lower end and make sure that people are good on the other end. Give people a call. People need more human contact through virtual than anything material you're going to give them right now. So I think people would appreciate that more than you just send them a gift rather than speaking to them.
And don't underestimate the power of a card.
Yep, card too.
I'm saying,
Absolutely.
I'm writing a lot of cards this year.
Tell us about your final thoughts and your and anything you have upcoming.
So you all know MJ _herbal _infusions. I wanted to present a bottle of CBD oil that I have, but it keeps selling out. Every time I make 10 bottles, it's going again. So if you want to get that CBD oil,
because it works.
Inflammation, anxiety, pain, please hit me up. And then I also have my THC treats, so don't forget about those. And I did want to actually mention a great book that Nadia and Nicole gave to us the last time they were in town together pre-COVID. It was called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Yeah. This book here, oh my gosh, even if you can't afford their course, go buy this book and it at least sets you on the right path to understanding savings, paying off credit cards, and getting out of debt.
Yep.
Yeah. Uncle Histo, what else am I gonna say? What do you see? All that good stuff. I got a couple shows happening this week. They're virtual. One will be on Instagram tomorrow, so check out the Instagram feed live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Also on Pandemic Pleasantries. It's going to be a Zoom show. DM me Hetty for the link. I think it's a couple other shows coming up in late December, and we're just having a good time and really follow the Wealth Twins and listen to what they have to say.
Okay, I feel you on that. Now, Patrice, before we get to our stuff, let's do this.
Buy Black Main Street. You want to support Black businesses? Buy Black Main Street is a Black business directory with everything you need, from grocery items to women's clothing, toys, games, lipsticks, hot sauce. We even have men's undergarments. You name it, we have it. You can pre-order for the holidays. Right now, business owners, you can upgrade to a premium listing for 75% off with the code BUYBLACK20. So head on over to Buy Black Main Street and get listed today. www.buyblackmainstreet.com. We have it all. Jams, jellies, potatoes, yams, greens, candles. We have it all for you. Please go to buyblackmainstreet.com. Again, for Black businesses support, we have it all. Hats, we have it all. Garments, we have it all. Anything you're looking for, Buy Black Main Street. Go to www.buyblackmainstreet.com. Buy Black Main Street.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it?
We have it all.
You better make them videos. You better make them effective so they remember.
Oh God! Well, as for me and my house, I want to first say thank you so much to the Wealth Twins. You have just been such a blessing to me. I want to also quote the Locks and Little Kim and DMX when I say, first you get the money. Then you get the power.
Yeah.
You get the power. These will respect you. Yeah. Power, respect. I am all about that. You can catch me this weekend, Friday, opening for Larry Lancaster. Thank you so much at Magoobies. And then also December the 19th at Fallout RVA. The Extra Cheese. It's a drag and comedy show. Trust me, it's going to be so much fun. Bring your mask and get these laughs. What about you, Anthony?
So before I get to what I'm doing, guess what?
Chicken butt.
As always, the Black Think Tank with Anthony and Patrice would like to thank our sponsors, MJ_herbal_infusions. Want to get high? Eat this. And the Flunky Concierge Service, always available when you have more tasks than time. If you would like your event or business featured on the Black Think Tank with Anthony and Patrice, email us at blackthinktank.a.p@gmail.com.
All right. All of that was supposed to be done earlier, but hey, we got it in there.
Listen, we were talking about these coins, honey, and I
got caught up in the coin. But listen, I do have a couple of shows this week. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so it's every first Wednesday. I do Busboys and Poets live IG open mic. Comedians, spoken word artists, poets, singers, dancers. People be on there dancing. I mean, like puppets. People get on there and do anything. But my feature is Liz Barlow. So shout out to Liz, who's an amazing comedian. And then I think Thursday and Friday, I have shows with Chris Riggins out of LA. Those are virtual. And then on the 19th, I think I have with the Blairisms, I'll be performing with In Vogue, Kenny Lattimore, from Uncle Clifford from P Valley.
I thought Vanessa Williams was on one also. That
Yeah, she's actually tomorrow. So check out Blairisms on tomorrow on their show. I think it's Savage Chat. Vanessa Williams will be interviewed by them. So an amazing show. Looking forward to that. And I think my birthday is on the 10th.
Hey,
So Kevin's birthday is on the 15th. So we're just looking forward to being 45 years old and,
Beautiful.
the Black don't crack.
I'm so far from that.
Oh, gosh, it just fuels me with love. Yeah, and that's it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you go donate at hashtag the Black Think Tank. So we have to pay the wealthy millionaires, at least a little donation.
I'm embarrassed to send them money, but I know that's how the rich stay rich. They know like every penny counts. They know.
Hey,
I put companies everywhere from them.
Fractional Share. Yo, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Patrice, I love you. Squad, I love you. Wealth Twins, I love you. We're family already. Go check out.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, thank you.
Most certainly. And always, 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 without hesitation. Oh, stay black.
Black history.
Wrong video.
Black things like we really just wanted to create a space where we could, discuss Black content creators and providers and consumers of Black content. Produce our own film, on our own film, start on a film, this is about Black content. That's what we want.